Hello, Miss Renuka, and hello, beautiful people. So welcome to our channel, especially for you guys who are first timers here. And we have Renuka at
Hi.
chillingspirits.com, chillingspiritworld.com. Yes,
Yes.
okay, it's in the description box, as always. So you can check her out. And we got her in this chilling, our lovely Professor Erik, my son in the afterlife. Hello, Erik, I love you.
So he's in the classroom and he's wearing a hat and he like gets gets out his hat and he has this bowing down and that entire act going on. And he's
Oh
saying,
boy.
Eric, you. And he's saying, Eric Shroon made this for you, mom.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's in his
Glad,
black suit and
glad
he
of
has
that.
this hat.
Oh, awesome. Coming in formal, eh?
Yeah, he's in a good mood and he's saying, yes, mom, today I'm dressed in a formal suit. And he's saying, but we'll keep it chill.
For what?
But we'll still keep it chill.
Oh, keep it chill. Yes, please. All right, sweetheart. What are we going to talk about today?
I'm asking him that. He's writing on the board and he's saying, yeah, very interesting. He's writing how to understand what we have chosen slash not chosen in our soul plan. Yeah, he's saying, Mom, that's the topic for today.
Interesting.
Um, and he's saying, I'm taking a break again for karma from
Okay.
karma, spiritual contracts. We have spoken a lot and I'll just give it a break and discuss this interesting topic. And he's saying, Mom, most of the topics that I choose is according to the questions, according to the confusions, according to a lot of, reflection and search for the answers that is going on in the common collective.
Right.
And he's saying those are the topics. He's saying it's not that, oh, today I decided to take this topic. He's saying, no, once I sense the need, once I feel where the confusion is, once I feel these kind of answers will really help our viewers, to move forward, to
That makes
understand life.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and that is why I'll keep going back and forth on topics. But I just hope whenever I'm discussing a certain topic, there is rather better assimilation of it. He's okay. He's also writing collective energies. I think, Mom, before going on to the main topic, I would like to talk about the collective energy going on currently.
Okay.
So I think it's more of an, he's writing energy, he's writing in huge block letters, energy check in. Okay, he's saying before starting that, sweetie, let's talk about this.
Okay.
And, yeah. So now he's saying, Mom, I need to talk about the collective energy which is going on. I don't know how many of you all have noticed. And this is something myself, and Eric have discussed earlier, like 2 days back, because what now this is me talking. Uh, so many have sat for sessions and they have been feeling very drained, fatigued,
Yeah.
tired,
Yeah.
restless, feeling stuck, brain fog. These are the complaints I'm getting from most of the people who are sitting for the channeling session. And of course, Eric and myself, we recommend them at scalar services with you and stuff. But there's been this general way of restlessness in the entire collective energy where there is nothing apparent disturbing in their physical or the material world, but yet inside they're feeling that all of those things, lethargy and restlessness, feeling stuck, feeling confused of what they are doing, sometimes feeling sad and depressed also. And the most important significant aspect of that is there is nothing solid actually going wrong in their physical lives.
So
Like,
no clear explanation, right?
no, you cannot pinpoint, oh, I'm sad because of this. And I
Right.
think that is why there has been so many requests for the channeling sessions. At least that's what is happening with me. And most of them have sat, and this is happening from August. And
I know we
and
had
we
Mercury in retrograde for a while there, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
over with. So what's the cause of it, Erik?
He's saying, Mom, it's not just Mercury. There are a lot of other planets who are at war with each other, let's just put it that way, who
Oh,
are into retrograde and who are at war within each other also. And whatever is happening, of course, it affects all of us on this planet.
yeah.
Think on what is happening is, so he's showing me a diagram where all of these planets are, bouncing off each other, and whatever energy is being created because of actions between them, whether they are positive or negative actions, whatever the energy is being created is affecting us on the earth. And that energy is not only affecting only us, it's like affecting the entire planet. So he's showing me
Mm,
the entire planet along with us is being affected. And we are not only feeling the energy which is affecting us, but we are feeling the energy around us. It's like we are reflecting back to
yeah.
each other. So the
Okay.
he's showing me the effect is much more intense, it's much more stronger, it's much more multiplied.
Yeah.
So he's saying, I just wanted to say a few words about it because it's been affecting all of us from July. He's saying
Is it
you all
all
must have.
just, is it all based on astrology, how we're feeling, or is it something more?
He's saying, Mom, the basis is yes, the planetary movements and whatever the planets are doing with each other. But what is happening is we have already been going through a lot, because of COVID. There has
Yeah.
been there have been a rise in mental disorders. There have been rise in depression and sadness. The immunity is so low, so there are health issues. So he's saying, Mom, already there is an imbalance,
Yeah.
and then this energy is coming and amplifying this imbalance, and then again we are within us also reflecting that energy back within ourselves, just like
Mm.
the planets are doing.
Oh,
So it's much more intense and amplified, it's like 4 times intense and amplified. So all that I want to warn everyone is, stop projecting stuff onto your partners or onto your relationships or onto situations in life, because all that is happening is has got so much to do with the collective energy. It's not so much of what you're feeling within you. Yes, there is a certain imbalance within you which is being magnified and amplified, which was already there. So you think, Mom,
yeah.
that's why you'll see certain people are more affected than the rest, because it's according to the kind of imbalance you already had within you
Oh,
and it was suppressed.
yeah.
If I already had a lot of issues, I'll feel more affected by these planetary energies. And if I was already on my healing journey, doing my shadow work, working on myself, being aware of my emotions, basically living like a soul, it won't hit me so much. Yes, it will hit me, but it won't hit me so much because my awareness will come in and I will know, oh, I don't have anything bad going in my life and I'm still feeling it. That means it has something to do with the collective energy
Mm.
or the planetary energy. So you think this is how stuff varies, Mom, but we all are in the same boat. It really matters how much aware you are. How
Well,
are you
how
looking at
can
it?
one individual tell, okay, this part is all me and this part is the influence of the collective and planetary movements? Is there any way to distinguish?
Yeah. So he's saying, Mom, I'll tell you what. He's drawing a seed. He's drawing a plant and he's drawing a seed. He's saying, Mom, this seed is already within you. And planetary energies are sort of energy which is helping that seed grow, which is helping that plant grow. So he's saying the basic imbalance, the suppression, the negative ego, that is already within you. Now, how big the seed is and how much the energies are affecting it and amplifying it and making it grow into a huge plant,
Mm.
that is so much about what is within you. So he's saying, Mom, until and unless you are not working on yourself, you're not taking therapy sessions, you're not journaling, you're not meditating, you're not aware of your emotions, you really wouldn't know where you start and where the energies stop.
Oh, yeah.
Think you will never know. But if you're aware, oh, I have this trauma from 2 years back and I'm working on it, and suddenly in August, I feel the trauma hitting me too hard. And that's when you say, oh, the trauma I have, but it's being amplified because of the planetary energies. You think, it's all about self-awareness.
Mm.
You will know what emotion you're holding, what emotion you're suppressing, and how much the planets or the collective energy are triggering it. Anything on awareness is everything. Once you realize, oh, this is the collective energy, and you start taking it lightly and you don't project it onto relationships in your life, that's so much, that helps it get so much better. But he's saying right now until December end, he's saying that energies, yeah, the energies are going to be so intense. He's writing intense, he's writing complicated, confusing, and the biggest word he's writing in the list is heavy. Like
Yeah.
you'll feel heavy in your body, you'll feel heavy mostly in your, he's saying, the heart chakra and the crown chakra. And he's saying these can lead to diseases and physical imbalances, but
Yeah.
don't take them too seriously because it's a phase, they will go away. Like, you know,
What
use
kind of
alternative methods.
illnesses are we talking about, or disorders,
um,
etc.?
he's writing on sadness and depression, sadness slash depression. And then he's writing anxiety and panic attacks. He's saying because your heart chakra is getting affected. So all
Yeah.
of it will come to the surface. And if there is so much of suppression and all of it comes to the surface, obviously you'll not be able to handle it and you'll go through panic attacks. So he's
Oh
saying
yeah.
that's two. And three, he's saying lethargy and fatigue, he's already said. Four, he's writing brain fog. Again, brain fog slash restlessness.
So that's the
And
crown chakra.
yeah, that's the crown chakra.
Okay.
Correct. And he's also writing sleep issues, which is one and the same thing. And he's saying infections.
Hmm.
And he's saying infections because there will be low immunity because your emotions are triggered. And once your emotional body is imbalanced, it really, he's saying your nervous system is weak, you know, your immunity is weak. And that's how you go through these issues. So
Yeah.
he's saying, all I'm saying is that if you're feeling sad and pain and if you're feeling irritated, don't think it has got to do with your relationships, your normal life. So much of it is being triggered by what is buried within you from the past,
Right.
which was already there, and because of the planetary energies. And he's saying what will help the most, he's saying, of course, our scalar services will help the most, mom. You know it. We are doing it. We are saying we are killing it. I think saying that, and he's saying grounding will really help, journaling will help, and of course psychotherapy, counseling, talk,
Yeah.
share, you know, share, because whatever is suppressed here which is being triggered, you're just pouring it out, you're removing it out. He's saying
Right.
remove all the
Don't get
garbage,
it
let it
trapped
come
in.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
let it
trap
all
in these
come out.
feelings that create diseases. Absolutely. So listen, I got an email last night actually, that I did the infection eradication, or we did the infection eradication on this girl with methicillin resistant staph aureus, MRSA, totally gone. After 7 years of antibiotics, that totally erased it. So that's kind of cool. Thank you, Eric, and the Divine team for doing that.
He's saying, mom, it was this, because he's saying, mom, because the basic issue was that they were using antibiotics, they were
Yeah.
not even needed. That sorts of, you know, makes you fall more sick, he's saying.
Oh yeah,
He's saying
it messes up the microbiome for sure.
yeah, it affects, he's saying it affects your gut so much
Mm.
that, and he's saying, mom, you already know about the gut brain axis. He's like drawing the brain and the gut. He's saying, you know, this axis.
Oh
And
yeah.
you are trying to treat something with antibiotics, but it's not being treated because it's not meant to be treated with antibiotics, and yet it's getting affected, and then it's affecting your brain, and it's creating whole lot of other disorders and issues.
Yeah.
So, mom, the issue in today's medical world is that the diagnosis and the means of diagnosis is so limited.
Mm. True.
And that is why we with energy, and we of course from the spirit world, we are able to understand actually what is going on, you know, which bacteria and which organ he's showing, and he's saying is playing hide and seek, and he's saying it's easier for us. And
Oh
he's
yeah.
saying, I'm glad, mom. He's saying 90% of the people who are not meant to suffer are suffering through a lot of health issues, and all of them will be pushed towards your website because that's the point of our service here. So he's saying, mom, there's lots more that we have to do.
Oh yeah. Never ending.
Yeah. So he's saying, let's get back to our original topic. And he's saying, we have often encountered questions like, oh, how do I know that this is what I chose in my soul plan? How do I know this is for me? How do I know even if this is destined for me? If it's in my soul plan, if I've chosen it for myself. So he's saying, today I'm going to give certain very basic markers slash pointers he's writing, and he's going to write it in bullet points. That's what he always does whenever he's
Oh
trying to
yeah.
teach me. Yeah, he makes it so simple and so easy, because I have this issue, like I keep forgetting things. Whatever he tells me, I keep forgetting that information. So he says,
Oh, speaking to the choir here, girl.
so he'll always write bullet points and he'll tell me, I am going to give you 6 points, you better remember those 6 points, and he will underline and repeat those points. And that's why I have that habit of repeating repeating
Huh.
myself so
Well, we need
so
that. Definitely.
yeah. And he also repeats a lot of times, and sometimes I get frustrated and said, why do you keep repeating? I understood it the first time. And he's saying, I'm repeating not for you, I'm repeating it for your mind, because it tends to forget.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's saying, I'll write it in bullet points. He's saying, sweetie, let's give them markers slash pointers, which will help them understand the direction of their soul plan, which will help them have a hint of what they chose in their soul plan. Because majority have this query, if it is planned and if it's a soul plan, and yes, it was important, we forget about it. How do we understand what we have chosen so that, we don't go astray?
Yeah.
So the first pointer he's writing is, he's writing, we whatever happens is as per our soul plan. There is very little, tiny bit, he's drawing a tiny bit, which happens, which we have not chosen in our soul plan.
Okay.
And then he's writing exception to the rule, where he's saying, of course, if we have already not gone completely astray from our soul plan, where the entire soul plan has gone off for toss, and of course, then whatever is happening was not chosen, and our life will get so much difficult. And he's
Mm.
saying, you will always know more when you have gone astray, because nothing is going to work out for you, because you're
Oh.
walking a path, you're walking a path which was not there, which you didn't choose. There are no permutations and possibilities and combinations and situations which will work for you, because you're walking a completely different path. He's
Trying to
like
get through a
showing.
dense jungle without a machete.
Yes.
Yeah.
With nothing, you will see nothing. You will not have good relationships, you will not
Yeah.
have financial abundance, you will not have direction of what to do, what not to do. You will be confused in every area, and because of all of that, your health will suffer, your relation already existing relationships with facing, everything will tumble, mom, because you didn't start correct. You chose a completely different direction. Nothing is chosen here. Whatever was chosen here, the landmarks, the lampposts were all here,
Mm.
and you choose to walk here where there is nothing. So you think that is anyways very obvious, but you have to understand how most of the things we have chosen, it's very little which is left to imagination, because our soul plan is connected to so many other soul plans, and
Yeah.
if there is an imbalance in one of the soul plan very far off which is connected to us, that imbalance will reflect in our soul plan, but it won't affect us so much in the larger scheme of things. So he's saying we have to understand that whatever is happening, we chose it.
Yeah.
So we have to work backwards, mom. We have to look at life backwards. Like if you are facing a problem, he's saying, like I have said, the purpose is learning, and learning is happening. Again, I'm repeating, learning is happening through problems and relationships. That's it. That is the essence. So if you are facing a problem, you chose it to learn something out of it.
Yeah.
So yes, you chose that problem, that's what you chose, and you just have to work backwards and understand what was your soul trying to learn by planning and choosing this problem the way it has come to you. So you saying work backwards. The problem has
Mm.
come, finished. That means you chose it, and that is why it has come. Now, the important point to understand is, visualize yourself in the spirit world sitting on a huge conference table. And he's showing me, we have guides and masters, and, we are like a celebrity planning a trip. And the trip is very important, and everyone is giving advices and suggestions. He always takes me back to that scene, when I'm not able to understand my lessons. And, Eliza, what is the most interesting aspect is, at times when I'm stuck in life and I'm not able to understand the lesson, and I've gone to him that, you tell me, I'm not able to understand. You just give me what is the lesson. I'll try my best to learn the lesson. And he says, no, I'm not
Oh.
going to. Yeah, I'm not going to spoon feed you. That's your job. Even though I'm your guide, I'm not going to spoon feed you through life. And he takes me to that conference hall and he says, sit and imagine and visualize this, and have a diary, have a pen, and start writing. What do you think your soul was trying to learn, was wanting to learn when it chose that problem in the first place? So you think the first thing is, if problems have come, your soul was trying to learn, better understand the lessons. That is why you chose that problem. And that is how you understand what you have chosen,
Yeah.
the lesson. Relationship issues, look at the base emotion which is getting triggered. That is the lesson your soul had chosen to learn. And you
Mhm.
will know, because everything that is coming to you, it's because you have chosen. Now, why did you choose it? That is the main essence to be understood. Relationships, problem issues, lessons. How to understand the lessons? Look at the emotion which is being triggered.
For
So
example,
those are the
if you have a relationship that's a lot of resentment, then it's probably forgiveness or even self forgiveness,
forgiveness,
right?
like letting go. And he's saying, Mom, detachment
Yeah.
is a huge lesson for
Oh
every
God,
soul.
yeah, I bet. Oh my God, I bet. Okay.
And then the third pointer he's writing, and he's saying, if happy moments are coming to us, how do we know why did we choose these moments, and what were we trying to achieve? He's saying happy moments are basically
Yeah.
those recesses we give to ourselves, those breaks we give to ourselves,
Mm.
which help us connect back to our inner selves, which help us, give us a break, which help us have some peace, some joyful moments, which will help us connect with our inner essence, with the inner nature of our soul, and which will, he's saying, most importantly, which will prepare us for the lessons which are coming. He's saying it's all
Mhm.
about lessons. If you're going through a good period, a happy period, what your soul was wanting you to do is connect back with the inner essence, the actual nature of the soul, and be prepared for the next learning curve.
Oh God, brace yourself. In other words.
Yes. I think that's why you chose happy moments in between. And if you're facing obstacles, let's put it, he's writing in big bold letters, obstacles. What are obstacles trying to tell you? Why have the obstacles come in the very first way of things, if it's coming? And every time there is an obstacle, whether it be a relationship, or it be a career path, or it be
Yeah.
something you're trying to earn money with, or it's your spiritual growth. He think whatever it is, if obstacles are coming, the first indication mostly is that we are not working as per soul plan. Saying, because mom, our soul is very intelligent. When we are planning, we know our impressions, our karmic impressions. That if this choice comes to us, we might make a wrong choice, and we might make a wrong turn, and that's why we place obstacles on that path, so that we are discouraged to come back on track. So I
Uh,
think that's the beauty of it. And he's saying, so whenever you're facing obstacles, understand that's not the path that you're meant to follow. He's saying, yes, I can also have this condition put in my soul plan, that I have to learn to overcome obstacles, or my lesson is perseverance, or my lesson is patience, or my lesson is not giving up. But he's saying, mom, that will be until a certain extent. Like he's saying, have you seen, mom, people get really obsessive about things,
oh
about
yeah.
relationships, about relationships, or about something they want or desire, or about a job position, or about a house, or you think you say it, and we have so many things people get obsessive about anything, and they have this question, oh, is it meant for me, is it not meant for me, is it meant for me, is it not meant for me? See, that confusion is the most heaviest I have seen in so many souls who are going through it. They think, to them I have to say that your soul, if it has chosen that particular thing for you, it should come to you after a few series of obstacles, and you're working towards it, you're giving your best. But after giving your best, after there's nothing else you're probably it's possible to do towards it, he's saying you have to accept you didn't choose.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's saying you cannot get obsessive. If you're getting obsessive, if you've tried your best and you have to go and try certain ulterior means or intense means, no,
It's
you're
not
good.
it's not in the stars, so to speak.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think there's a lot of confusion and people say, oh, should we try? Should we try? What if it is not meant for us? Why are we wasting our time? Whether it's a relationship or anything else. And he says, whichever material goal or relationship, when it's coming to you, when you feel a desire towards it, it is the duty of your soul to give your best. And he's saying you will know what is your best, because once you have performed your best, you will feel tired. You will feel lost out on all options. You will not have any other option to try.
Yeah.
Everything will be closed in front of you, and you wouldn't know where to go, what to do. That's your hint. He's saying stop getting obsessive, but yes, do give
And
your
let go.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then he's saying the next point he's writing is failures. He's saying, Mom, failures are always lessons.
Oh, yeah.
They are a stepping stone. Like wherever you fail, it's not got nothing to do with your personal capability or intelligence. There are no judgments. You have planted those failures so that you challenge yourself, so that you learn perseverance, so that you learn not giving up. you know and he's saying, again, whenever we discuss something connected to the soul plan, we have always said one aspect is, have we chosen it, and one aspect is, maybe we have not chosen it. But he's saying with failure, if failure is happening even though you have not chosen it and you're failing, persevering will always get you to the point anyway. So you're still learning the lesson,
Yeah.
and something, yeah, and something which is meant to come to you, because you're not giving up, you're persevering, that thing has to come to you. So you think it's not important to understand whether we chose this in the soul plan or not. The very fact that it is staring in your face, it is there in your life to deal with. You have to deal with it, chosen or
Yeah.
not chosen. Here it is, it's staring at your face, it's in your life, it's present, and you have to deal with it. So you have to take it as a lesson. And when
Right.
you take it as a lesson, you will not lose on either ways. You will not lose on it either ways. You will always have one success or the other guaranteed. So that's one thing. Anything, the opposite of failure is success.
Yeah.
You think
And
success,
failures are stepping stones to success, just like you said. Right.
yeah. And he's saying there are no judgments, and failures are specifically chosen to keep us grounded also, because sometimes otherwise the ego
Oh,
overpowers. When
yeah.
of success, the ego
Probably
over.
a lesson in humility too, sometimes for some people.
Yes, yes. And I think that's what I said, Mom, that ego overpowers, so you need humility.
Right.
And success can go to your head, and you can go completely astray from your soul plan. So your soul is very intelligent. It plans proper situations which will break your ego and which will keep you grounded enough to follow your soul plan and not go astray.
Right.
He's saying success is also will give you more confidence that you're on the right track. It will give you confirmation that yes, you're doing it correct. Success also teaches you a lot. It teaches you humility. It helps you have confidence. It helps you have belief. Reconfirms belief in yourself, in your abilities. He thinks success has got so much to teach us. And when you're successful, it also helps you understand what failure is. It also helps you, deal with failure, whether it has come before or after the success. It gives you
Mm.
so much perspective. Then he's writing, there's one more. He's saying separations, no, separations slash death. He's
You like
writing
the
death.
slash. You're slashing a lot. You like that
Yeah.
slash.
So he's saying, Mom, I'm trying to keep it concise. I'm trying to
Okay.
keep it short
Yeah.
so that, the assimilation is better. I think, this is how he teaches me. And that's how I am channeling for the lectures also. I
I
think that's
love
the
it.
same.
Love it.
I am very I'm very slow. He's very patient with me. So this is how he teaches me. And when I'm channeling during the lectures, the same thing comes through. That's what I feel. And then he's saying, Mom, separations, and he's writing death in huge bold letters. He's saying, I'm seeing so many people, especially in romantic relationships. They're suffering through separation or loss of a loved one,
Yeah.
either through death or either through other circumstances. We're saying the most important lesson here is detachment. Here is letting go.
Mm.
It also, he's saying it's also a huge, significant factor which tells you that this is where the contract is over. He's saying, Mom,
Oh, yeah.
People don't understand that we get into touch or we come into a relationship because it is a spiritual contract, and so many spiritual contracts are meant to be balanced out, are meant to get over, and once they are over, so many souls choose to detach and disengage in the physical reality, so that more karma is not built, so that emotions don't go imbalanced, because the
Mm,
point of the contract is fulfilled. Why will we interact anything? And they forget that there is no separation, we all are one, we all meet,
that's right.
reunite
Total illusion.
spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
separation is an illusion.
He's saying if you are separated, if you're missing a loved one, if there is separation because of whatever reason and whatever kind of relationship it is, it's a romantic relationship or it's a relationship between parent and children, he's saying the lesson is always detachment and letting go, because the very reason that there is a physical separation, it has happened, it's because the contract is over. He's saying now, of course, there are exceptions, and of course, maybe the contract is not over, but for some reason, this physical separation has come in, and you have to deal with it like a soul. So, if that separation is coming, your lesson is letting go, your lesson is detachment, your lesson is unconditional love. Saying, mom, because attachment gives you pain, attachment makes you suffer. When
Mm.
there is unconditional love, obviously there is no condition attached to it, and even if there is separation, you will continue loving that soul, that person in your mind. Why would that hurt you? Why would that give you any kind of suffering? So the lesson again here, the most poignant lesson he says is always in these separations is unconditional love. We suffer in separation because it's attachment, it's not love.
Oh, wow. That is so powerful. So how do you
Yeah.
know when when the contract is over in a relationship?
He's saying 90% of the times the separation will happen and either parties won't be able to do anything about it.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So it's chosen in the soul plan. And those separations where people fight and they were not meant to get separated, but because of ego, because of negativity, because of
Yeah.
misunderstandings, miscommunications, they are fighting and getting separated. That is the time they were not meant to get separated, but
Oh,
they got separated because of all of these reasons, all of this ego and misunderstandings and stuff. I think that was not meant to happen. But let's just say that we are facing separation, and what is the lesson that we have to learn from it, whatever the reason to it. But he's saying, but it will help to remember that the separation was not planned. If you're
mm, okay.
fighting and getting separated, if you're getting
There's
separated
still work
because
to
of
be
a
done.
yeah, miscommunication and misunderstanding and ego fights, and there's so much teasing, and mom, the root cause is ego almost every time.
Yeah.
So if you've fought and gotten separated, no, it was not meant to happen. If you're getting separated on good terms or because of certain natural reasons, someone has to shift the country or for whatever, it was meant to, it was
Yeah.
destined, happening in such a natural way. So you're saying that's one more thing that you will understand why you chose separation, why it happened, and what was your soul thinking when it chose that. Um, then he's writing struggles. And he's writing prolonged ones. He think prolonged struggles. Now this is this is me talking. Now this also I have seen a lot in our sessions.
Hmm.
People go through so many struggles. In health or in
Yeah.
uh, financial aspects of their life, relationships, of course.
Yeah.
I see them continuously suffering, and they sit for a session with Eric, and after a year also they sit, they're stuck with the same problem. And that's when Eric has always told them that you were not meant to struggle this long. You have to understand that your soul wouldn't want you to struggle for so long on one specific thing.
Yeah.
So he's saying if it's being prolonged, if it's going on from very long and you're not able to get out of it, the first very reason is that you're not learning from it what it is meant to teach.
Ah,
That's the most important thing. And he's saying certain contracts are so binding, mom, that even if we are not learning, we are not able to leave that situation or that relationship. He's saying because obviously it was a difficult one and we knew it at a soul level that we might try to escape it, so we put those binding factors. And he's saying that's when it gets so much difficult. And the essence of solving these kind of struggles or problem is trying to understand what our soul is trying to teach us. There's nothing else more.
Oh,
Nobody's out to get you, nobody is betraying you, nobody wants to hurt you or harm you, or karma is not a punishment. It's just that you're not able to understand what this relationship or situation is trying to teach you, and that is why you're not able to get out of it also. And he's saying, Mom, I've always encouraged people who have struggled with either trying to understand the lesson or actually learning the lesson to leave the situation and relationship, to do their best, because if that struggle gets prolonged, it can affect other areas of her life, and a
oh,
whole soul plan, a whole life can go for a toss. He's saying this way, Mom, it will be just one pending lesson, one pending soul contract, which can easily be done in next time around. Of course, next time around is going to be more difficult, but that's
ugh,
just one part.
yeah,
But if we keep prolonging it, if we keep struggling and if we keep suffering, it affects the other areas, other lessons, other karmic
yeah,
contracts. The whole thing will topple because we'll just lose all the resources, all the strength we have within ourselves to follow
right.
our soul plan. So he's saying, even though there has been a lot of misunderstanding where abuse and stuff is concerned, and we have been judged when you say, oh, forget it, just leave the relationship and go. He's saying they don't understand we are not meant to suffer here. We are
Yeah,
not meant to go through so much ongoing prolonged struggles. Life is not meant to be that way. We didn't choose it that way. We chose to learn, yes, sometimes with lot of great difficulty, but we knew at a soul level even that this level of suffering I am okay with. I'm capable of this level of suffering. But when it goes still here while we are in the body,
like,
you really
no,
need to go. Yeah,
right.
because it's affecting the rest of the issues, rest of the lessons, rest of the situations, and that's not worth it. Think we can there will always be pending karma, Mom. There will always be pending lessons, and that is why we call it reincarnation, because it's a cycle. We go, we come back, we go, we come back, in hopes to learn as much as possible. So we
You
think
see,
nobody is judging us.
it seems like it might be a little bit of a hint if you have some binding things going on in your life that, okay, this is binding. That means it's going to be something I really need to address and can't get out of. Like if you have a child that has a disability, I mean, you can't just like toss that out. Or marrying, and maybe you're in a religion that you're not allowed to get a divorce, things like that.
Yeah.
Right?
He's saying, Mom, yes, that's what I meant when I said that we'll put
Yeah, these
factors
are
where we'll
big
not be able to
binding
escape.
factors. Yeah, kind of force us
That
to face
Yeah, but
the lessons.
these are long term, and all I'm trying to say is that these are long term. You're not able to come out. Might as well understand the lesson and try and learn that lesson, because, Mom, even if you are in that relationship or in that situation, but once you have learned the lessons it was meant to teach you, trust me, it becomes a walk in the garden. It's as easy as a walk in the garden. He's saying, have you seen, Mom, marriages, long term marriages? For some reason, either of the spouses were not able to work out. But towards their old age, they become so pally with each other. They become so friendly with each other. They just get settled into their differences and they are able to live like friends.
Right.
He's saying, he's saying, what's happening, Mom? They were not able to get out. So they had to stay in and they had to learn the lessons. Now, all I'm trying to say is don't make it so difficult. Don't make it an ongoing struggle. Don't
Mm.
prolong. You think that's what I'm saying? And that's what will help you. Why you chose it? Why you chose it to be so binding? Why you chose it to be so difficult? Just focus on the lesson. And you think, Mom, there are times when we are focusing on the wrong lesson. And then,
Mm.
we keep complaining. Oh, Eric said it's meant to teach me and I've learned everything possible. He's saying the very fact that you're still being triggered, that means you have not learned the lesson. He's saying that's your major cue, that's your major takeaway. If it's
Yeah.
still troubling you, if it's still triggering you, there is still something meant to teach you in
Right.
that.
So
The
if someone wants to ask you, Erik, through Renuka, what lesson do I have still to learn? Would you say, no, you got to figure that out for yourself?
So he's saying, Mom, again, I have to check their Akashic records and I have to check the intensity of the lesson.
Yeah.
There are times, he's saying, there are times I'll straight up give them the lessons, because I know that's not going to interfere with that learning, because it was not about knowing the lesson. It was actually about learning the lesson. And
Okay.
it's anyway going to be as difficult. And he laughs loudly. I think it's anyway going to be as difficult. But if the lesson is towards awareness, towards getting in touch with their own emotions, getting
Oh,
in touch with inner self, then I'll only give them hints. I'll only give them cues.
okay.
So mom, it's different with everyone. What I keep in my consciousness is, am I helping the soul in the right way, or am I being an obstacle in its learning? That's what I ask myself before revealing all the information that
Yeah.
is available to me. So he's saying, Mom, I would like to close it here. There are many other issues which we go through, but I have given a gist of how to work backwards, how to look at it backwards and understand why we chose it. He's saying every time I want you all to visualize sitting in the soul, sitting in the conference hall, visualizing yourself as the soul. He's saying until you identify yourself as this ego, as this body, as your physical name, you will never be able to understand why your soul chose whatever you are going through. You
Yeah.
really have to detach, rise above, travel astrally, visualize, imagine you're in that conference hall, you are a soul, and you're writing this problem for yourself. And what was your soul trying to learn? What was your soul trying to understand? So many times he's bought higher selves of, my karmic partners, and he's asked me talk to them, you know and once I talk to them, and once I understand the kind of relationship I share with them, it's so much easier to come back and relate with their physical selves.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful experience, because you look at them in such a different way, and it brings so much objectivity in the process, and you're able to rise above your
Nice.
emotions. And bang, once you're objective, once you've risen above the emotion, it's so easy to see the lesson.
It
So you
is.
think, oh,
If you're
yeah.
mired in your feelings and the distraught that they bring you, it's so hard. You got to do the 30,000 foot perspective, you know?
Yeah, 30,000 foot. I remember that. That's interesting. I think, Mom, similarly, health issues, financial issues. You think health issues where you have crippling health issues or you have life threatening health issues, all all your soul was trying to do is help you get in touch with the purpose of your life, help you get in touch with your real identity as a soul. You think, because it's in those situations where you really look deep within yourself and you say, oh, I'm a soul, oh, this life is not all about you. Have to get detached, you have to rise above it. So you think health issues are more of getting in touch with the actual purpose of life. Financial issues, he's saying they are telling you more to learn about your self worth, about what are the blocks that you have created within yourself, which are telling you you're not deserving of financial abundance or deserving of all the good things that life has to offer. Facing, I am just giving a cue on how to sit and understand your life and make it easier for yourself. He's saying always work backwards, look at yourself as a soul and try and understand why your soul chose this, understand the base emotion which is getting triggered. And he's saying if
Yeah.
you follow this way of life, if you follow, this is how you live your life will become so much easier, because you will not see problems as problems. You will continue to see lessons, you will continue to learn consciously, and you will continue to grow. And when you're continuing to grow, all the future problems that your soul had chosen won't hit you, won't come to you.
Yeah.
You won't see them as problems,
See
and
them as
your life.
opportunities, 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 teachable moments.
And he's saying that's it, you have mastered life, you have mastered the way
Yeah.
of life. And he's saying if you do it in this reincarnation, your soul is going to retain that essence. So obviously the future lifetimes are going to get easier, because the essence is always there in the soul.
Okay. I'm all for that.
He's writing one more major point. He's saying not having a partner, that is something I see so much nowadays, with this
Yeah.
current generation having so many relationship issues. He's saying not having a partner is your soul forcing you to go within. And yeah, he's saying
Oh,
loneliness, learn, rise above loneliness. He's saying loneliness will not go away if you're with a partner. It's very much possible you are with hundreds of partners and you will still feel lonely. So he's
yeah.
saying if you're not having a partner, if you have this complaint that you have not met your romantic soulmate, or you don't have a partner and you have dated for, and this is something very common that I also encounter in my channeling sessions. You think you need to understand it's got so much to do with your self worth. There is an issue here where you feel you're not deserving, so you don't attract a partner, because you have to find your self worth within yourself by being with yourself. One is overcoming loneliness. One is he's saying so many times the soul pushes us to be alone because we really have to heal ourselves. And we'll not be able to heal ourselves if we don't go within, and we won't go within if we are with a romantic partner and we are all about that partner all the time. He's saying,
Right.
so, Mom, this is an epidemic. This is an epidemic. Everybody's complaining why we don't have a partner, why we don't have a partner. He's
It's
saying,
so
go
true,
within.
especially in this younger generation.
Saying they have to go within, they have to see why they are seeking and needing a partner so much outside of their own self when they have not yet built a proper healthy relationship with their own selves. Who are they? What are their inner selves? What is
Yeah.
going wrong? What is going correct? He's saying that connection with inner self is needed. Until they don't do that, they will not attract a partner, no matter what age they reach.
Yeah.
And he's saying this is something very important we need to understand. There are a lot of lessons, but you just have to sit and master one lesson after another, and bam, your soulmate will be walking towards you because you have
Awesome.
healed here.
Yeah.
So, saying, Mom, there's lots more, but we'll keep it for another time. And yes, lot more short, interesting topics. We'll be bringing in a lot of pointers for our
All these
viewers to
short
understand.
but very powerful. Thank you, Eric. I love you. Renuka, thank you. I love you. Channelingspiritworld.com. Everything's in the everything is
He's
in
again, he's
description
again
box.
removing his hat and he's saying, "Touch Eric for you, Mom."
Oh, that's cute. I love you, sweetheart. All right, you guys be sure you subscribe. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.